more pearls from southeast Alaska. As we leave Lituya Bay and enter the Gulf, a gauzy mist hides the coastal mountains. But the seas are from aft, and we enjoy a comfortable ride. The wind and weather together tease apart the concealing curtain, revealing the hidden peaks in all their glory. Ahead, Chichikov Island lies hidden behind a layer of mist. Breakers burst against the rock-strewn shore of mysterious Jacobi Island. We enter the northwest arm of Turkanis Bay and pass debris from a landslide where the forest has lost its tenuous grip from the rocky slopes. Trees seem to sprout from living rock. As remote as we are, a float plane provides convenient access to boats moored in this isolated anchorage. We launch the small tender for an expedition ashore. Chris installs the battery pack on the electric outboard.
I can't believe that floats.
Yeah, I know.
That is remarkable.
The boat and motor are light and can easily be carried up the beach, something which cannot be done with the large tender. The following day, we continue south to the Mugon Islands, only a few miles from Sitka. Steve and Christine go ashore in the small tender. We make a point of removing plastic and other garbage and taking it on board for disposal next time we reach a town of any size. This time we elect to use the regular outboard, which decides not to cooperate for the return journey. Time for the marine equivalent of Shank's pony. At this point, the classic vessel Westward enters the anchorage. She was launched in 1924, which means that she and her Atlas Imperial engine are just shy of 100 years old. Steve and Christine launched the kayaks to take a closer look. Dinner includes asparagus on the grill. The following morning, Westward gets underway before us. Her vintage engine sounds like a sewing machine. She circumnavigated the globe in the 1970s, and her guests over the years have included such personalities as Bing Crosby, Walt Disney, and John Wayne. We follow her out of the anchorage and make our way towards Sitka, located on Baranof Island. The site was occupied by the Klingit people for more than 10,000 years. This ended with the arrival of the Russians in 1799, who were driven out in 1802 by the Klingit. The Russians returned in force in 1804 and retook the town, which they named New Archangel. The marinas are filled with boats of every size and type. Elegant yachts with streamlined profile. Vintage workboat being redone. Modest sailboat awaiting action. Boats with 2 hulls. Boats with 1. This working boat is called a tender, hull protected by many a fender. More and more boats galore, some for fishing, some for fun. The number of empty slips indicates there must be an official opening in progress for commercial boats, which allows them to operate in a designated area for a limited period of time. Chris brings Venture alongside the dock. Virtually all docks on the west coast rise and fall with the tide. One of the many local ravens keeps an eye on the proceedings. A display of colourful fireweed overlooks the harbour. Christine prepares snacks for a happy hour in the cockpit. We will, of course, be using glacier ice. The following day, we have to move to a different slip. This is not unusual, as almost every slip belongs to a commercial fish boat, and visiting boats, such as Venture, are allocated a vacant berth while its owner is away, but may have to move when they return. Sitka is located at 57 degrees north, and we have now reached the current limit of coverage for Starlink, and true to forecast, it begins to connect us to the internet. And now for some more history. In 1867, the town was the setting for the Alaska Purchase, whereby the Russians sold Alaska to the United States for $7.2 million. The town was named Sitka, derived from the original Klingit name for the island on which it stands. Evidence of Russian influence endures in the Orthodox Church with its beautiful interior. Nesting Russian dolls, seen here through a shop window. The neglected and overgrown Russian cemetery, with its ravens and decaying decapitated statues. Klingit culture can be seen in the historic park and museum, with its numerous totems and exhibits. Outside of town, all local roads simply come to an end. This seems like a good place to end this video.